If you can't do great things, do small things in a great way. Those aren't just words from Napoleon Hill. They are a wake-up call in a world obsessed with instant success. You see, greatness was never meant to be loud, dramatic, or overnight. Sometimes, it looks like quiet consistency behind closed doors. Have you ever wondered why your biggest dreams seem to drift just out of reach, like a mirage in the distance? It's not because you're not capable. It's because you're waiting for the perfect moment, the big break, the grand beginning. But what if the beginning wasn't meant to be grand at all? What if greatness is built in silence, one small act at a time? Imagine this: a young writer, dreaming of bestsellers, haunted by the fear of not being good enough. He doesn't start with a novel. He starts with a single page in a journal, raw, imperfect, honest. Day by day, those pages become chapters, and those chapters become a message, a movement, a book that changes lives. It wasn't luck, it wasn't fame. It was the sacred power of doing something small with heart, with discipline, with intention. We're so quick to dismiss the ordinary, forgetting that the extraordinary is always hidden inside it. You don't need a stage to begin. You don't need a crowd to matter. You only need to start, and to start with excellence. That daily workout no one sees, that kind word you speak, that email you send, that effort you put in, they all count. Because when done with purpose, small things aren't small at all. They are bricks in the foundation of something legendary. So stop waiting for the right mood, the right tools, or the right timing. Greatness isn't waiting for you at the finish line. It's calling from the very first step. The invisible one. The quiet one. The one you've been avoiding because it feels too small. But that step? That's where the real story begins. But why do we often find ourselves stuck, dreaming of the stars while ignoring the steps right in front of us? That stagnation feels like a heavy fog, wrapping around your ambitions and whispering doubts into your ear. You know that feeling, the frustration of knowing you want to write a book, but instead, you spend days lost in fantasies of fame. Procrastination creeps in, born from the illusion that only big breaks matter, leaving you in a cycle of unfulfilled potential. This hesitation stems from a deeper issue. We're conditioned to chase the extraordinary, dismissing the ordinary as unworthy. Waiting for the perfect moment or a surge of inspiration only deepens the void, turning ambition into a source of pain. The need for change is urgent. It's about shifting from passive longing to active pursuit. Action, especially in small, meaningful ways, ignites a spark that builds confidence and creates real momentum. What if the key to your greatest achievements lies not in waiting, but in mastering those everyday tasks with unwavering excellence? Now, let's explore why you're not taking that first step, even when you know it's essential. So many of us fall into the trap of waiting for motivation to strike, like lightning from a clear sky. We dream of running a marathon, but skip the daily walks, convincing ourselves that only a burst of energy will make it worthwhile. This myth, that inspiration must come before action, keeps us stagnant, ignoring the small tasks that could build our strength. True motivation doesn't precede effort. It follows from excelling in those overlooked moments, like organizing your workspace with care. Then there's the failure to decide, where the pressure of great choices overwhelms and freezes you in place. You might know you need to network, but you delay sending that one email, thinking it's too insignificant to matter. Indecisiveness grows from fearing that small actions won't lead to anything profound, trapping you in a loop of what-ifs. Firm decisions on tiny steps are the antidote. They break the chain of hesitation and prove that every action counts. And don't forget fear and uncertainty, those silent thieves that steal your courage before you even begin. Fear of failure makes you avoid tweaking a simple business idea, worried it won't revolutionize the world. Perfectionism whispers that only flawless efforts are worth it, dismissing small wins as mere crumbs. This anxiety about not achieving greatness immediately leads to inevitable defeat, but uncertainty fades when you excel in the little things. Each small victory builds a track record, turning fear into a fading echo. So, how do we move forward? The solution lies in immediate action, embracing the power of starting now. Doing small things in a great way, like crafting a flawless daily to-do list, creates a ripple effect that turns hesitation into habit. Think of Mother Teresa, whose simple acts of kindness, performed with profound dedication, rippled into a global movement. Immediate action generates energy. It's the spark that lights the fire within you. Building decisiveness means making quick, clear choices on those minor tasks without letting doubt creep in. Try this. Set a 5-minute timer to start something small, like replying to emails with exceptional thoughtfulness. Watch how it sharpens your resolve, preparing you for bigger challenges ahead. Practicing that first step is crucial. Commit to an achievable task right now, such as updating your resume with meticulous detail. Don't wait for the perfect job. Let excellence in this moment propel you forward. Pause for a second and identify one small action you can do greatly today. It might just change everything. Now, let's tackle overcoming hesitation and fear, using small, excellent actions as your shield. Facing fear head on erodes its power. By tackling something manageable, like making one prepared phone call, you build courage brick by brick. Remember, action is the best antidote to overthinking. It transforms fear into opportunity. Try visualization. Picture yourself succeeding in that small task, and let it fuel your next move. Learning through failure is part of this journey. Even if a daily routine falters, use it as a lesson to refine your approach. Like Thomas Edison, whose incremental experiments turned failures into breakthroughs, your small efforts accumulate into mastery. Each setback in the minor things teaches you to do them even better, paving the way for lasting success. Cultivating self-discipline is the engine that keeps this all going, turning consistent actions into unbreakable habits. Discipline isn't about grand sacrifices. It's about treating every small task, like organizing your finances, with the excellence it deserves. This daily commitment turns routine into a powerful pathway to greatness, far more than fleeting motivation ever could. Start building positive habits today. Dedicate just 15 minutes to a skill, like reading or networking, and do it with full focus. Track your progress, celebrate those small wins, and watch as they compound into something extraordinary. Developing a clear vision and goals ties it all together, making sure your small actions align with your bigger picture. Crystal clear goals sustain you by breaking them into small, actionable steps done with excellence. For instance, if you aim to become a leader, excel in daily goals like leading a team meeting with precision and passion. This approach turns abstract ambitions into tangible results, one step at a time. Use tools like SMART criteria to define your goals. Make them specific, and break them down into daily tasks you can master. If launching a business is your dream, start by researching one competitor each day with thoroughness and insight. Each of these small, great actions builds forward momentum, proving that consistency is your greatest ally. In conclusion, remember that if you can't do great things, doing small things in a great way is the true path to achievement. Action begets motivation, turning your choices into a destiny of fulfillment. Start with one small step today. Right now, choose that minor task you've been avoiding, commit to it with your full effort, and watch it ignite your journey to greater heights. If you can't do great things, do small things in a great way, as Napoleon Hill wisely said, and in today's world of instant fame and overnight success stories, this truth couldn't be more relevant. We often get caught up in dreaming about the big wins, like becoming a CEO or writing a bestseller, but end up paralyzed by the scale of it all. Think about that writer who envisions their name on a bookshelf, but never starts with a simple daily journal entry. It's a common trap, fixating on the grand without touching the groundwork. This leads to frustration, where days turn into weeks of inaction, and potential fades into regret. Imagine knowing you want to transform your health, but instead of a short walk today, you wait for the perfect gym membership. Procrastination creeps in, fueled by self-doubt and the illusion that only monumental steps count. But here's the shift we need. Excellence in small actions builds the foundation for those larger dreams. It's not about waiting for motivation. It's about creating it through consistent effort. What if the key to your greatest achievements lies in mastering the mundane, like perfecting a single task each day? Too often, we fall into the habit of waiting for inspiration to strike before we act. This myth, that motivation must come first, keeps us stuck, ignoring the small steps that could spark real change. For instance, you might dream of running a marathon, but skip those daily walks, hoping for a sudden burst of energy. The result? Days pass without progress, and that big goal feels even further away. Indecisiveness compounds this, where the pressure of making great decisions overwhelms us. We hesitate on small actions, like sending a networking email, because they seem insignificant compared to the prize. But true progress starts with firm choices on those minor tasks, turning hesitation into forward motion. Fear and uncertainty add another layer, making us doubt if small efforts will ever lead anywhere. Perfectionism whispers that unless it's flawless and grand, it's not worth starting. Take the aspiring entrepreneur who avoids refining a simple business idea, fearing it won't change the world. Yet, when we excel in small things, uncertainty fades, replaced by a string of small victories that build confidence. The solution is clear. Take immediate action, no matter how minor, and do it with excellence. That first step, like preparing a flawless daily to-do list, creates a ripple effect of momentum. Just as Mother Teresa's small acts of kindness grew into a global movement, your well-executed small tasks can lead to extraordinary outcomes. Building decisiveness means making quick decisions on everyday actions without second guessing. Try this. Set a 5-minute timer to tackle a small task, like replying to an email with exceptional care, and feel your resolve strengthen. It's about committing to that first step right now. Perhaps updating your resume with meticulous detail if you're aiming for career growth. Don't wait for the perfect opportunity. Create it through these small, great actions. Overcoming hesitation starts by facing fear head-on, one manageable step at a time. Action erodes fear more than thought ever could, especially when you approach small tasks with positivity and preparation. For example, making one phone call with full focus and enthusiasm can prove that even minor efforts build courage. Use techniques like visualization to reframe fear as a chance to grow, turning anxiety into anticipation. Learning through failure is part of this process. It's not a setback but a teacher. If a small routine, like daily exercise, doesn't go as planned, refine it and try again with even greater excellence. Think of Thomas Edison, who viewed each failed experiment as a step closer to success through persistent small improvements. Cultivating self-discipline is the engine that powers this philosophy, turning small actions into unbreakable habits. Discipline isn't about grand gestures. It's about treating every task, like organizing your finances, with the same high standard. This daily commitment transforms routine into a powerful pathway to achievement. To build positive habits, start simple. Dedicate 15 minutes a day to something like reading or networking. Track your progress. Celebrate those small wins, and watch as they compound into lasting change. Developing a clear vision and goals ties it all together, making those small actions meaningful. Crystal clear goals keep you motivated by breaking them into achievable steps done with excellence. If your vision is to become a leader, excel in small daily goals, like leading a team meeting with precision. This approach turns abstract ambitions into real, tangible results. Use tools like SMART criteria to define your goals: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. For instance, if you want to launch a business, begin by researching one competitor daily with thoroughness and insight. Each small, great action builds forward momentum, aligning with Hill's wisdom. Remember, success isn't about sporadic leaps. It's the accumulation of well-executed details. Now, as we wrap this up, let's reaffirm the core idea. If you can't do great things, focus on small things done in a great way. This simple principle from Napoleon Hill shows that action begets motivation, creating a cycle of progress. It's easy to overlook, but those tiny, excellent efforts are the building blocks of your future success. Think back to where you started, perhaps that initial hesitation, and see how far a single step can take you. The power lies in consistency, where every well-done task adds up to something monumental. Don't underestimate the impact of your daily routines. They're the quiet heroes of achievement. By now, you might be feeling that spark of inspiration, ready to apply this to your own life. Remember the writer who began with journaling. Today, they could be penning their first chapter, or the entrepreneur tweaking ideas until they spark innovation. Each story starts with a choice to act small and act greatly. So, here's your call. Identify one small task you've been putting off, and commit to it fully right now. Maybe it's organizing your workspace or making that overdue call. Do it with your best effort. Feel the energy it brings, and let it fuel the next step. Tomorrow, build on that, turning today's action into a habit. Before you know it, those small things will pave the way to the great ones. Share your progress with someone. Accountability multiplies the effect. Remember, every master was once a beginner who refused to wait for perfection. As Hill himself might say, the ladder of success is never crowded at the top because so few people are willing to climb it step by step. You're capable of that climb. Start with what's in front of you. Envision the ripple. One great small action leads to another, and soon, you're unstoppable. Let go of the fear that holds you back. Embrace the power of now. Your journey to greatness begins with the very next thing you do. So, take a deep breath, make that decision, and move forward. The world is full of people waiting for their big break. Be the one who creates it through excellence in the everyday. You've got this. The small things, done greatly, will define your legacy. Now, go ahead and take that first step. Today is your day to begin. Remember, success isn't reserved for the extraordinary. It's for those who make the ordinary extraordinary. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Now, let's turn words into action and build the life you deserve. If you can't do great things, do small things in a great way, as Napoleon Hill wisely stated. And in a world chasing overnight fame, this truth is our anchor. Picture a young artist, stuck in a rut, dreaming of gallery shows but barely sketching daily. That's the trap of waiting for the big break. Stagnation creeps in when we fixate on grand visions, ignoring the small steps that build them, like that artist who could start with one perfect line each day. Frustration mounts as days turn to weeks, with self-doubt whispering that only monumental actions count, yet it's the small, excellent ones that pave the path. Imagine knowing you want to write a book, but instead of penning a single page, you scroll through success stories, lost in hesitation. This cycle of unfulfilled potential is common, but the need for change is clear. Action on small tasks creates real momentum. Waiting for motivation often leads to defeat, while excelling in a simple daily routine, like organizing your desk with care, sparks progress. What if the key to your greatest achievements lies in mastering the mundane, turning everyday efforts into stepping stones? Now, let's explore why you're not taking action, starting with the myth that motivation must come first. Many dream of running a marathon, but skip those daily walks, waiting for a burst of energy that rarely arrives. This belief ignores how small actions, done greatly, like committing to a 5-minute jog with full focus, actually generate that motivation. Indecisiveness follows, overwhelming you with the pressure of big decisions, causing paralysis in even minor tasks. You might know you should network, but delaying that one well-crafted email feels insignificant, trapping you in inaction. Firm decisions on small steps, like replying to a message with exceptional thoughtfulness, break this cycle and build resolve. Fear and uncertainty amplify the problem, with perfectionism making you dismiss simple actions as not worth the effort. An aspiring entrepreneur might avoid refining a basic business idea, fearing it won't change the world, leading to inevitable defeat. Yet, uncertainty fades when you excel in small things, like testing a product concept with meticulous research, creating a track record of wins. The solution lies in immediate action, where even minor tasks generate powerful momentum. Doing small things in a great way, such as preparing a flawless daily to-do list, ripples into habits that transform your life. Take Mother Teresa, whose small acts of kindness, performed with profound excellence, led to global impact, proof that the mundane can be mighty. Building decisiveness means making quick choices on simple actions, like setting a timer for 5 minutes to tackle a task without delay. Decide today to excel in one small area, such as crafting an email with genuine care, and feel your resolve sharpen for bigger challenges. Practicing the first step is essential. If your goal is career advancement, start by updating your resume with meticulous detail right now. Don't wait for the perfect opportunity. Commit to that one small, achievable task and watch it ignite your progress. Overcoming hesitation and fear begins by recognizing that action erodes doubt more than thought ever could. By tackling a small fear, like making one prepared phone call with positivity, you prove that minor victories build lasting courage. Use techniques like visualization to reframe fear. Imagine succeeding in that small step, turning anxiety into opportunity. Learning through failure is key. When a small task, like a daily exercise routine, doesn't go as planned, treat it as a lesson. If it falters, refine your approach with excellence, ensuring the next attempt is even better, just as Thomas Edison did with his experiments. Remember, repeated small efforts, done greatly, turn setbacks into stepping stones toward mastery. Cultivating self-discipline is the engine of this philosophy, prioritizing daily small actions over fleeting inspiration. Discipline means treating every task, like organizing your finances with precision, as a pathway to greatness. Without it, progress stalls, but with it, routine becomes a powerful force for change. Building positive habits starts simple. Dedicate 15 minutes a day to a skill, such as reading with focused intent. Actionable steps include waking up early to plan your day meticulously, then tracking progress to celebrate those small wins. Over time, these habits compound, turning what seems insignificant into a foundation for success. Developing a clear vision and goals ties back to the quote, as small, excellent actions support long-term ambitions. Crystal clear goals sustain you by breaking them into manageable steps, like excelling in daily tasks to achieve leadership. A vision of becoming a leader is realized through small goals, such as leading a team meeting with exceptional preparation. This approach turns abstract dreams into tangible results, one well-executed action at a time. To implement, use tools like SMART criteria. Define specific goals and break them down into daily, excellent efforts. If your goal is to launch a business, start by researching one competitor daily with thoroughness, building forward momentum. Each small step, done greatly, aligns with your vision, creating a chain reaction of achievement. Remember, it's not about the size of the task, but the quality you bring to it. As you progress, reflect on how these actions accumulate, much like drops of water forming a river. Now, in overcoming daily challenges, consider how consistency in small things fosters resilience. For instance, if you face rejection in a minor pitch, respond by refining your approach with greater care next time. This builds not just skills, but a mindset of excellence that carries over to larger endeavors. Think of a student who masters one math problem perfectly each day, eventually acing exams without overwhelm. It's this dedication to the small that prevents burnout and sustains long-term growth. Moving forward, integrate accountability into your routine, like sharing your daily small wins with a friend. This simple act keeps you motivated and reinforces the habit of doing things in a great way. As Napoleon Hill taught, success is the sum of small efforts, repeated day in and day out. Avoid the pitfall of comparison. Focus instead on your own progress in those incremental tasks. For example, instead of envying a successful author, write one polished paragraph today with your full effort. That paragraph might lead to a chapter, then a book, proving the quote's wisdom in action. Embrace the joy in these small victories. They are the true measures of progress, not distant milestones. To deepen this practice, set reminders for your daily small actions, ensuring they receive your best. Over time, you'll notice how these efforts enhance your confidence and clarity. Remember, every great achievement was once a small, well-executed idea. Now, as we near the end, reflect on how far you've come just by considering these steps. The core idea remains. If you can't do great things, let small things, done in a great way, be your guide. Action begets motivation, turning hesitation into momentum and dreams into reality. Don't underestimate the power of that first small step. It's the spark that lights the fire. Right now, choose a minor task you've been avoiding and commit to it with your full effort. Whether it's tidying your workspace or sending a thoughtful message, do it greatly. Watch how it ignites your path to greater things, just as Hill envisioned. In closing, carry this principle forward. Excellence in the small scales to the extraordinary. Share your progress, inspire others, and remember that every master was once a beginner who excelled in basics. As you step into action, know that you're building a legacy of achievement, one small, great deed at a time. Let this be your mantra. Start small, start now, and start with greatness. You've got the tools. Now, make them count. Finally, as Napoleon Hill might say, the journey to success begins with the very next step you take. Go forth and transform your world, one excellent action at a time.